Hi everyone, this is Soul Sweeper 17 and let me get through this like usual. I do not own this picture and this is not a paid video. Alright, okay, so this is around 10:46. It's my birthday still, so I'm making it. It was just I was busy today until now. Um, if I sound any different, it's just a whole bunch of rage just came back and I'm just trying to calm down, and I think it kind of will work in this video because this is what if I am in My Hero Academia. So it's like I'm dying and I come into My Hero Academia, just dying of old age, whatever feelings I have are transferred with me along with my memories. So yeah, it's just the reason why I'm having my rage, my wrath, you can say, all of a sudden just build up and then I just feel it, is because of the reason why I started this YouTube channel. It was a person that hurt me emotionally a lot. And I mean like a lot. Let's just say this, I was trying not to be the person I hated, and then I was trying to change. And it's a girl, basically, yeah, I'm just gonna say it out, it was just a freaking girl. That person, I'm not gonna say her name, because I do not want to, but let's just say, she did something to me. And I've been through, and I mean a lot of things to me. And then, the reason, sorry about that, but the reason is not how she ended it with me. No, it's not that. It's not how she ended it with me. It's how, well, actually, no, wait. It's not how, how it ended. It's how she chose to go about it. That makes me just angry. And I can't help it. I hate people that do that to others. Just tell them yourself, then hide behind someone else. That's all. It's like you just treat them like trash. Sorry. I'm like this picture right now. And yes, I did not want to use a picture of myself, so I'm not making myself Asura. I am giving let me explain my quirk in this. It's called Wrath. And what I have is a lot of anger problems. I tried to control it by holding it in, and that's not good, I know. But the only way I know I can do it is by holding it in and suppressing it the best I can. And I try to learn to control it. But it is hard to do. So especially when you're trying to change yourself by becoming a better person, I just put on my fan. But anyways, by becoming a better person, you decided to, change yourself. Change yourself for the good instead of for the bad. And yeah, so basically, wrath, that's my quirk. And it's not gonna be overpowered. It's not gonna be powerful. Well, overpowered, I mean. It's gonna be this. The more angry I get, the stronger I will become. But the side effect is this. My bones will be breaking. But I do have a slight regeneration. Well, a slight healing factor. So, it will heal my bones. But I will need to get, my recovery girl. But that's if I, get to the point where I'll let loose or something. But and there will be a berserker-like state, which when I will use it, it will snap. There will be a red mist that will cover all around me, and my eyes will be glowing red. And then every punch I take will break every part will break my bone, and then the red mist will basically be around me and inside my body, so it will then snap my bones right back into place and mend them, but it will hold them together. It's I put on the fan. It says cold, but I'm just angry. Sorry. But anyways, let's just. I'm gonna make this video, and I'm just gonna release my words of what I want to say about the person. Okay. So yeah, that's my quirk in general. And also Izuku is gonna be having a quirk. He's gonna be in there. I just get reincarnated into this world, and yeah. All right, let's just get into this video. This is what if I was in My Hero Academia, Part 1. So we're starting off on the day I die. It's the day I basically am alone, and everything's going slowly, closing my eyes, and everything's going to black. Next thing you know, I remember waking up from a bed, not knowing who I am. And just quick pause. My name is gonna be Soul, but not Soul Sweeper, Soul Reaper. Reasons why it's gonna be like my parents are gonna be calling Mrs. and Mr. Reaper. Weird name. I don't care really. It's just I just want to get this out. Angry taking over again. Okay. Sorry, fan off. But yeah. But anyway, so basically, I run out of my room, and next thing you know, I see my parents. They're not the parents I remember. I remember being 85 years old, and I should be dead. I should be in the next life. And they say, "Honey, what's wrong?" I'm like, "Who are you? Who is he? Where am I?" And they just look at me very weirdly, and it's like, "Honey, are you okay?" It was like, I had a dream. I was in a... No, I'm fine. But the last thing I remember is I was in a bed. I was an old man, and I was so closed my eyes, everything was black. I felt my heart stop beating, and now I'm here. Both these people look at me like, and they just tell me, it's just a dream. We're your parents. We're the Reapers. Your Soul, and I'm Misha. Wait, Misa... Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna call him Mazuki. Yeah, Mazuki. And this is your father, Tazori. Wait, no. I had names for them. Tazuna. Let's go with that. Just Tazuna. So yeah. And, so he says, so my name is, and they say Soul Reaper. He goes like, and then I think to myself, just like I name every character I had in a video game. Alright then. So yeah. Oh yeah, quick thing. There's a shout out to a YouTuber who just started, I think a couple weeks ago. Let me go find his name real quick. His name is Gingy Boy. He, just started making YouTube. If you don't know how to spell it, it's Gingy and then BOY. He just started. He doesn't have many videos out, but go watch his videos, like them, comment on them, and honestly, I do like the very first one. I have not watched them because of high school. I mean, not because of high school, because of college work. So please, just go over and look at his channel. Subscribe if you want, like his videos, comment on them. Please give him some love and support. Thank you. But anyway, let's get back into this. So yeah, so I am 4 years old, and they tell me my age, they tell me my family history, they tell me everything, but I remember my past life. I remember everything. Who I was originally, what my name was, what my life was, what people I loved and cared about, and where I should have been, but that's not where I am. I'm here in the My Hero Academia universe, I'm thinking. And I'm wondering how this is possible. So I start theorizing, coming up with theories. I'm starting writing. I know, but I'm starting writing in English, which is shocking. Well, my parents are kind of shocked in this. They say, "Honey, what are you writing?" He goes like English. They're like, "What?" He goes like, "Yeah." And I just say A B C D, all the alphabet, and they're like amazed by this. They think I'm a genius, and I can, and that's I'm able to start to be able to read the language and Japanese. I mean, from Japan. So basically, I'm starting to read their language at the age of 4, and then I go to preschool, which is the same area where Bakugo Katsuki and Midoriya are. So what happens is I befriend them. I go up to them saying, "Hi, my name is Soul Reaper," and they're like, "Katsuki Bakugo." Well, no, they say Bakugo Katsuki, Izuku Midoriya, and I'm like Midoriya Izuku, and then I go like, "Oh yeah, reverse or whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care." So yeah. Anyways. So we be friends, and then I'm supposed to go get my quirk examined. They examined my quirk. They said it's always on, and they asked me to use it. I just say, all right. They asked me to punch something, to see how strong I am, because that's what it seems like. And it's not the same quirk doctor as Izuku. Izuku will not go to the same one in this one. But basically, what happens is they asked me to punch a piece of wood. I punch right through it, and it does a lot more damage than what they thought. Because when I punch right through it, I also go to the guy who was holding it stomach, and he gets some flying. And that wasn't even that's not at 4 years old. That's impossible to them. So they asked me, to try to increase your strength and all that with it, and just see what happens. And every time I keep on trying to like increase my strength, I can't do it, so I get angrier and angrier, and then a red aura is starting to come off of me. Basically, they were asking me to punch something harder than wood, so like a piece of metal, and next, I punch, and then they start seeing the red mist come off of, and I just say this, "Why won't you break?" And then I just punch right through it with my fist. As basically, it was the 4th time I tried. As they see that happen, along with a beam of light and some like energy coming off of my fist, it just goes right into the wall and it leaves a mark, like an explosion happens. As the doctors and my mom are in shocked, just shocked and amazed, but terrified too. But then my mom comes over and says, "Honey, are you?" And I'm just like, because I'm clenching my arm. Basically, she goes, "What's wrong?" He goes, "It hurts a lot. That's all." As the doctor and the assistant comes over, as they examine my hand, and they said it's broken, but for some reason it looks like it's healing. And he goes, "Great. Just like my anger in my past life, I'm saying this all in my head, it was destructive on my relationships and on my life. Now it's hurting me physically instead of emotionally. Great. Just great." So they do more examinations, and they find out that this quirk is always activated. It never, it will never be deactivated. It's always there. And they're surprised. And they asked me, "How do I feel?" I said, "Angry." They're like, "What?" It goes, "Yeah, I've been angry ever since I had woke up. One day when I was 4 years old, 3 maybe." And my mom says, "Yeah, it was 3." And then he goes, "Well, Mrs. Reaper, if this is true, then he might have had his quirk since the day he was born. and which that surprises, you know, my mom. She says she did kind of notice that every time when he cried or had a little temper tantrum when he was a baby, he always did get a little bit stronger. And so that clicks. And he goes like, my anger from my past life must have came with me, and now it's my quirk. How much anger did I even have? As they go like, all right, so it's a strength enhancement and an energy manipulation quirk. What should we call it? And but though his mom, well, my mom says, I don't know. I mean, we don't have that. Why does he have it? And he just says, well, maybe it's some past life. One of your parents had it or something. I don't really know. It's strange, but he is your son, and we did the check just in case. Anyway, what? He goes, yes, it's one quirk. If the quirk doesn't align with both parents, we do a DNA check, and he doesn't match both of you. So let's just say this: he has it because it's how he is. I can't explain it because this doesn't happen. This is a rare occasion. So basically, your son has a different quirk than you two, both of you and your husband. So please do not be afraid of him. And then, but now we need to figure out, as I just say, wrath. Like, why? He goes, well, it's anger basically. It's anger based. So what's another word for anger? Wrath. Just, I'm just need to go clear my head now. As I said, I get up and just start walking. As the daughter says, he doesn't act like a 4-year-old, does he? She goes, no, he actually knows how to write in English. As the daughter goes, huh, that's kind of weird. He goes, yeah, but we actually found out that we found out that he was an anime, I mean, he started to love anime, where we found like a manga that was to English word, written in English instead of our language. He started reading it automatically. I was amazed by it, and but he did ask us to teach him before he goes into preschool to how to speak, Japan, in Japan, and write in Japan, Japanese and all. So, yeah, just want to let you guys know I have cooled down. I not angry. The way it is, it was coming from where my heart was, and then it came up, and it just went out from my whole entire body. I was ready to punch something, but I did not want to. So I just thought I could just use it and just start explain it and all that. And I apologize for the first part of the video. I I'm trying to learn to not care about the person that hurt me emotionally. The girl that hurt me, I'm trying to learn to forget about her and not care. I hold grudges. Anyone who hurts me, I remember, and it's just I just I can't help it. I just saw something and I just got angry. I really just did. Just a flood of memories and feelings that were happy and joyful memories turned to rage and hatred real quick. So I apologize how it started. I cooled down now. I was trying not to let my emotions take over. So thank you for listening to my rant a little bit. I just had to do something before I lost it, basically. Alright, let's get back into it. So, yeah. So basically, my quirk was identified. My hand, by the time I went out of the room, I went back and forth, and basically, I'm just angry. I'm just feeling it always on, and it's just annoying. Which I'm about to throw my fist at the wall again, but I stop midway. I mean, right before I even touch the wall, and I'm thinking, wait, if I'm always angry, does that mean I can literally hurt people? Okay, I gotta learn how to control it. All right, time to go search it up on the internet or something. As my mom comes out and she goes, "So, are you okay?" He goes like, "No, I'm not. It's just I'm always angry now, basically. So, yeah. And now since anytime I'm angry, my strength is increased. I have a slight attitude problem, seems like, and I have anger issues, and now I have a short temper again." And she goes, "Again?" And he goes like, "All right, I'm done acting like I'm normal. So let's just tell quote unquote dad about me. All right." And she goes, "Oh, okay." So basically that day me and my mom and this what if walk home. Basically, I am at the dinner. Well, they're on the couch while I'm in front of the TV. I'm like, "Okay, mom, dad, I had a past life," and they like, "What do you mean?" He was like, as I explained every single detail about who I was beforehand, my parents, how I was raised and treated, and what happened to me in the end, and how I woke up, and exactly the same thing happened to me where I did not remember my name at all or anything about my parents originally happens again. But this time I'm with you two, and I'm living life all over again. As they just say, "That's amazing." Like, but not my mom said that, but my dad says, "So your quirk is basically you believe all your hatred and anger from your past life that came with you." And I just say yes. And I believe if I don't control it, it can be a danger to everyone, including myself. But just by a little percent, me just getting a little angry, I broke through metal in my own hand. I broke it. As he goes, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I know, but I have a slight healing factor, so it's good. I'm good." As he goes, "All right." Okay, soul, or just call me soul. You gave me it, so I already consider this already my life now. So, and I already consider you my parents. So yeah, mom, dad, can we, help? Just try to help me learn to control everything. As they do ask me how did I do it. The first time I just tell them, "Oh, I just hold it in or meditate," but mostly hold it in. Don't talk to no one. Have it boil over and then lose it and start punching anything that was in my way. As they just look at me and just say, "That's not healthy." I go like, "Yeah, I know, but I did it. So please help." As they just look at each other and says, "Of course, you're our son." As I just have a smile and I just say, "You're way better. I have way better parents in this life." Well, actually, I do consider my other parents really, really good too. I mean, they helped me out a lot, but whatever. So after that, the next day happens. I tell about my quirk, but I tell them I'm not going to show anyone because it also hurts me. So I'm going to have to learn how to control it and also probably have to work my body more. So, I started training right away. I started working out. I started, exercising. I started meditating. I started whatever that is deemed good to not be angry. Just try to control it, at least. And me and my parents figured out there was a percentage I can use that would not hurt me, but my body needs to be physically strong. So it's the same thing like with Deku and the canon with One for All. So basically, that's what we figured out while I was on the third day of my training myself. As so, then then Deku figured out he has a quirk, and it's breathing, just like his father, which Sasashi is in his life in this one. Which I say, wow, Midoriya, that's I mean, wow, Zuko, that's amazing. As Bakugo is thinking that's amazing too. And 4 days later, Bakugo gets his quirk, and then he changes. I mean, he starts calling me quirkless, and Deku tries to defend me, and I just tell him you don't have to, it's alright. But then Bakugo uses his explosion on Deku, and then all of a sudden I just catch Deku. I mean, Deku was sent flying, so I catch Deku, and I just say, Midoriya, run. And all of a sudden, a red aura started to come off of me. And this is only 3%. And I can't even handle 2. I can only handle 1. So my hand or my arm is gonna break. As Izuku is saying, Soul, what are you gonna do? He goes, oh, as I just crack my knuckles and just says, just give Bakugo a beating up in a lifetime. And so, as Bakugo says, so this is your quirk. Fine, let me see how strong you really are. Come at me, loser. As his goons and everyone, both of his goons come at me first, and then Bakugo. Midoriya runs away to get the teacher, and with the teacher, after a few minutes pass, the teacher just sees Bakugo and the two goons of his on the ground in pain. And that's it. They call my parents. Mitsuki and those two goons' parents, try to talk to my parents, but my parents just tell them it's his quirk. He can't help it. It gives him an attitude problem. It gives him a short temper, and your son instigated the conflict by Harmon and Izuku. They say, to Mitsuki and the parents as they ask the kids as they don't, tell the two goons and Bakugo don't tell the truth, and then all of a sudden, because I am there too, as then all of a sudden a big amount of, or like a big aura is just coming off of me. It was like it's like a light one at 3%. At 10%, it's a darker. I mean, it's hard to see. It's a little bit hard to see through, as then I just says, huh, liars, huh? Is that how you are, Bakugo? Does the number one hero, or should I say, the guy who wants to become the number one hero, act like a liar? All of you are the same. Weak, pathetic, never true. As Bakugo gets angry, he says, "That's not true." As then he says, the goons say that's basically. As I just say, so what? So I attacked you. Well, you didn't attack Izuku, and he was just defending because you were attacking me first. So he got hurt, and I finally decided to stand up to you, and I only hit you, not even close to your body. I wasn't even there. The wind pressure did it itself. As then Baku says, so what if I did that to Izuku and you? You deserve it. I thought you were quirkless. And then Mitsuki is in shock, and the boy's parents, his goon's parents are in shock too, as they look at them and they say, it's true, he didn't even hit us. It was like the wind itself hit us. Basically, 3% is the wind. Like, I'm able to create a small wind pressure basically because I move my arm real fast, which I did kind of almost which I realized when I say in my head because of it. Because and I almost dislocated my arms because of it. Jeez, I really have to get stronger quick. So after that, Mitsuki apologizes to my parents, and then she apologizes to me. I just tell her, doesn't matter. People are always the same. Liars, cheaters. Nothing will ever change. Also, he has an ego problem already, so try to bring that down a little bit. As she nods, and my parents take me out of that preschool, and they put me on another we they put me on another one, and we're doing a time skip. So, but let's just say this: I have gotten a lot stronger, buff. Well, I've gotten stronger. I have worked out a lot more in this, and basically, I've. I'm not gonna go into detail, but I am slim but muscular. So yeah. As also, I have been in taking different martial arts, judo, karate, and basically mixed martial arts. So yeah, I've taken those over the years, and we're skipping all. And this is like a big jump skip to when I am 13 years old. Also, Bako and Deku are the same age as me, so I'm 13, they're 13, and we're in middle school. And technically, me and my parents moved to be, it's because I wanted to go into UA, and but and that was it. I didn't care if I got into the hero course or not. I just want to try getting UA. And basically, I am very smart. I've learned how to speak fluent. I mean, I learned how to write in Japanese and this and everything. And I have learned, well, and plus also I have dyed my hair white. I'm just joking. I dyed my hair, well, my hair was already black, so I just leave my hair the same. My eyes are red. Um, I do technically, I do get like a tattoo, but it's like my parents are okay with it, and it's like on my back. It's not a big one. It's just a symbol, and it's just a symbol of a hmm, of a video game. Yeah, it's a symbol of from a video game that I played. I'm not gonna say what, but that's it. So yeah, and I go into the school which Deku and Bako are. Well, Izuku and Bako are, as it's the day of the anime, which I was transferred to, and so I'm in their class. So the teacher does exactly the same thing. I applied already to UA, as he says, "Oh, looks like we got a person who's. I mean, looks like we got somebody in the class who wants to get into UA." As you know, everyone looks and says who, as he just says Soul Reaper, as I just raise up my hand and says, "Here, need something to teach?" And he goes, "No, I'm just saying trying to get in UA." He goes like, "Yeah, that's true. I want to." And then he says, "Oh, and one with two others." I'm like, "Really? Let me guess. Izuku Midoriya and Bakugo Katsuki." And I'm like, "Yeah, how do you?" He was like, "Well, Izuku was an old childhood friend of mine, and Bakugo was until he became a bully. But I think I straightened him out. Don't know, don't really care about him. So yeah, it's whatevs." He's like, "Oh, all right. With your grades, you're gonna get in. Just study and train for the next 10 months. You know, and sure thing, teach. I will. Thanks for the advice." And everyone's just in shock that I was wanting to get into UA. I mean, I never talked about it. I never talked about being a hero. I'm just more secluded and not really talkative to people. And so but it's like when I'm in class, but when I'm in the lunchroom or outside school, which I have friends, they notice that I'm always talkative and like to have fun. And I just, you know, I'm just different. But I can be lazy and a jerk sometimes. But hey, they think it's me, so they don't really care. And also, my attitude is the reason why I have such a short temper. But I do tell them saying, "Guys, anger problems. Remember?" You're like, "Oh yeah, you cork. Sorry about that, man. It's no problem." So yeah, basically, um, so the day of the anime happened. Basically is that, and everything just happens. Oh, so like everything happens the same. Out school ends, and let's just say what happens is Izuku does get attacked by the sludge villain. Same thing happens. Same thing happens, and Bakugo. It's so basically though. I'm with my friends. We're walking past the area where we hear the explosions, and so when we get there, I see Izuku. I see him talking to a man, and then I go over. I see Bakugo being attacked by the sludge villain, and then all next thing I just see Izuku run in. As I just say this to myself. I was like, Midoriya, you really, really are a hero at heart. Alright, looks like we have to save your butt once again. Some things never change. Well, actually, I only saved his butt once. He tried to help me out a lot. Babe, this is just a thank you for always helping me out in the past then. So I just start walking through the crowd, all might see me, and my friends go like, "Hey, Soul," and I say, "I'll be all right. Just go. This will be done pretty easily." As they go like, "All right, just don't overdo it. Don't want to break your hand or arm." And I was like, "Yeah, I know, but I can't help it. I can only handle like 25% of my strength, well, my anchor. And like still, just 15's just even cracks it a little." He was like, "Yeah, that is true. Maybe I should do some iron bone training." They're like, "Please don't." I was like, "Well, I gotta do something." Next, I hear the surgeon was like, you brat! As then I look and I see Midoriya just starting to use his fire breath as the sludge villain is. Well, Midoriya doesn't use his fire breath, he tries to claw out Bakugo before he does it. As in the sludge villain, hits Deku as I just run in, goes jump right over the water. Where that hero that made water for people to stop. Basically, as I just jump right over it, it's like, hey, I never was getting through. As then all of a sudden, like two heroes are trying to stop me. As I just, and then a light red aura as 2% comes off of me. As I just then suddenly my speed does increase. I learned if I can use it to increase my speed along with my strength. So I do move I do move faster than them, so I get past them. Then I catch Deku the same way as I did when we were kids. They go like, "So had to save you once again, huh?" As Deku just says, "So?" He goes, "The one and only." So, as I crack my fist, he goes like, "Bakugo Katsuki." Instead of you being the bully, it looks like you need to be helped by someone. As then my fists are just starting to glow. As Deku, basically says, "So what are you?" I'd say, "Don't worry." As then the aura is starting to get a little bit, thicker. It's getting a little bit harder to see, and this is at 9%. So, and all of a sudden I disappear. I'm right in front of the sludge. He goes like, "What the?" As I just aim right for the face. As I just says, "Eat this." And then when I throw my fist right into the sludge villain's face, it basically disperses the sludge villain. Bakugo, is just good. I grab him with my left hand and I throw him over to the heroes. As then as I'm not even wincing in pain because I'm so used to it by now. I just sigh like, and I feel like my hand's broken. Great. As in, the sludge villain, some pieces of the sludge villain did go into fire. As I just say, how am I gonna extinguish this now? Eh, it's whatever. As I walk over to Midoriya, says, "Yo, long time no see, huh?" Midoriya. He goes, "Yeah, so how have you been?" He goes like, "Yeah, just been in a couple martial arts tournaments, karate, judo, mixed martial arts, basically. And done a lot of meditation, punching, just training with punching bags, weights, and other things." As he says, "Yeah, how much I mean, that was a wicked shot you did to the guy's face. It was,
It's made of sludge. It would disperse even with just the slightest punch. And then all of a sudden, the sludge man does come back together. He says, "You brats, I'm gonna kill the both of you." As then All Might does come out, does his thing with the blowing away the wind, the fire, and then changing the weather and such. As I go like, huh, cool. So you're All Might. As he goes, yes, young man. It was very brave of you for what you did, and I'm pretty amazed by how strong you are. How much strength did you use in that? And I just say, about 8-9%. He goes, what's your quirk? He goes, wrath. And I just say wrath to him. He goes like, wrath. What type of quirk? And I just say, trust me, it's dangerous, and you don't want to know much about it. But I'm gonna go. As then like I see the reporters and the heroes, and I'm just like, uh, hey, Izuku, I'll catch you later if you get to UA. So bye. As then I just have like I use 5% as I just jump onto the top of the building and I just run. I just do some part, and I also realize, okay, don't get caught by the heroes next time. So yeah, as I go to my friends, it was on the news. They're just saying, "Dude, you're on the news." And I like, oh god, my parents are gonna kill me. And so after hanging out with my friends, I go back home, and my parents say, "Soul, why were you on the news? And was that boy Bakugakatsuki? Yeah." Am I in trouble? As I say, as my parents look at me, go like, "No, but did you hurt your hand?" And he goes like, "Cracked it a little. I felt like there was a crack in it, but it's healed up now." I would say, "Well, that's one perk for your quirk." And I'm like, "Yeah." I just say, "All right, just be careful next time." I'm like, "Sure, mom and dad." Whew. As I'm saying to myself, at least I'm not grounded. So what do I want to do? During the 10 months, all I do is some meditation, more weight training. I figure out some things I can do. I can use the energy with my quirk wrath, and I can create. I start since I'm able to fire it. I think I can probably manipulate it. As then I start to try to manipulate it, and I can't do it right away. So I practice. That's what I work on when I don't study. So, along with my strength training and all that, and I even say, oh, I need to do some iron bone training, which my teachers actually helped me out on. So, I strengthen my bones. So, when I mean by strengthen, I mean like every single bone is strengthened. So, basically, my bones won't crack if I use more percentage. And so, during these 10 months, I learned how to control my quirk a little bit better. I'm able to make energy base. Well, not energy base. Yeah, it's basically it's energy. But it's wrath. So basically, I'm able to manipulate my wrath, my quirk, energy into something useful like a shield, sword, scythe, whatever. It's just my parents are shocked by this, so they even helped out, try to give me some ideas, try to create something with it, and I try it. It does take practice, and I just do it, which they are happy. So the 10 months is over. It's time to get into UA. As I wake up that day, I eat breakfast. I'm really hyped and excited for this, as they're happy that I'm actually, they're happy that I'm actually showing something other than anger. It has been a while since I haven't, showed like I was always angry or, grumpy or something, and I just smile like, of course. I mean, I'm gonna try my best to get into UA, and they just tell me if you don't get into UA, we could just try some other school. As he goes, no, as he goes, as I just look at them and I just ask them to come over here as they do, and then I just hug them, and I just says, thank you, mom, and dad, you're the best. As they just smile and says, of course, soul, we love you, And I said, I love you too. So they decided to come. They decided to walk with me over to UA. As they say, all right, just remember, be careful, don't overdo it. Even though you've been training like crazy with your strength and all, you use at least 30%. Don't overdo it. As I nod, as I won't, I promise. So it's so I don't trip. Deku doesn't trip. We don't meet Uraraka. So what happens is, we get to the rain portion. I ace it. Deku does meet. Well, Deku did meet All Might, so he does get one for all, and he's been training with that along with studying too. He also has technically been training his body a little bit during the year. So when he starts training with All Might, he's able to finish the beach in about 7 days, which gives him like 2 months to train, and which is very impressive for All Might too. Well, All Might's very impressed with him. So yeah, so Deku has studied. So that way it's was me, Deku, and Bakugo. Bakugo thought he was still the best, so he didn't study much. He just focused on like his quirk training instead. So that was it. So yeah. So me and Deku are not gonna be in the same arena. Nor will Bakugo. So it's just like we're all in our separate areas. So yeah. So I go to where Deku is. No, I go to a different area. Deku goes to the same area. Bakugo is in his area. I'm in C. So what happens is I don't meet no one from class 1A. No. I do. I meet Jiro. I meet Mina, and I meet Kirishima and Kaminari. As they just, basically, I'll meet them. I'm just saying, like, I will meet them, but yeah. So, anyways, what happens is, after I usually hand in my paper, we go over to where I go to the area where President Mike's supposed to, give his, speech and all about the robots. As I just said, huh. It looks like me and Deku are the only ones here. Well, not Deku. Me and Izuku are the only ones here. Alright. So, basically, I go over to him. I start talking. President Mike comes in and goes, wow, only 2 people here already? Okay. He says it to himself. He was like, hello, you two. You must be the participants for, the hero course, right? And as I just look at it, Deku says, huh. So you want to become a hero too? And he nods and says, it's my dream to be #1 hero. And I just asked him, so, did you let Bakugo bully you? And he goes, nope. I saw what you did. Well, I saw how strong you were. I wanted to become like you. So, you said you were, well, it looks like you were trained, like working out. So, I decided to do that a little bit here and there over the years. And I just look at him and was like, yeah, I can tell. But it looks like you worked out even more during these 10 months because of how strong I got. As he nods. He goes, yeah, you're a lot stronger than I thought you would become. He goes, yeah, the backlash though, my quirk though, it's a lot stronger too. I have to keep on my train. I can't stop, even for a day. Well, today is special. But, President Mike was kind of like listening in on this, but he also was waiting for our, talk to end. But he does hear that, and he goes, excuse me, Soul Reaper. Soul Reaper, um, what do you mean by your backlash? He goes, let me explain. So I explain about the more anger I have and the percentage I use, I can hurt myself extremely to minimize or extremely badly. A minimum damage to really bad damage, like my whole entire arm is broken or shattered. As he goes, wow, that's a dangerous quirk you have there. He goes like, yeah, but hey, there's a perk to it. I have a slight healing to it, so yeah. As he goes, does he really look on the bright side of things? But then I also say it also gives me a bad attitude to people that annoy me or just in general. I always look like I'm angry because I always am and such. So, yeah. As he, President Mike says, you must have had it rough. He goes like, I go, not really. I may look mean and angry, but I just talk to people. They realize I'm friendly, so yeah, they just I just beat people. As he goes, all right, just be careful when you fight the robots. As you know, we go through the whole as no as I say, all right, I won't. I'll try to basically. He goes, oh, that's all I asked for, you kid. So yeah, so me and Deku just chat up, and I tell him what I've been doing. He's amazed by it. I hear what he's been doing, and I'm amazed by it. So then everyone starts to come in. So we do the present mic, talking about the points on the robots from 3, 2, 1, and then Ida does the exact same thing. And then he's about to like talk to me as I just look at him and go like, "Yo, Four Eyes, sit down. Seriously, you're interrupted, and I was trying to pay attention." As he goes like, "Excuse me," and I go like, "You heard me. I was trying to pay attention while you interrupted. So quit using that. I don't know, like your how can I say this right? Your rich boy attitude and sit the freak down." As he goes, "How dare you? I am Ida Tenya," and I go like, does it look like I care? No, sit down and shut it. I don't want to deal with your freaking BS. All right. As President Mike says, he says to himself, "Okay, this kid, he was right about the short temper, but still, he is right though." As Ida's about to say another thing, as then a red aura starting to come off of me. As I just say, "You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Alright? So sit." As I'm glaring at him when I saying it. So I say, "Sit down now." As then Ida just does. As President Mike says, "Oh there, kid, calm down. We don't need you to use your quirk. I mean, of course your quirk is always activated, but still, please. We don't need somebody going to the infirmary already." I just says, "Oh, I wasn't gonna use it on him, but he just annoyed me. Maybe a little bit angry, so yeah, it happens automatically. Sorry about that, President Mike." He goes, "No worries, but you are right though. He was interrupting me. I was about to talk about the zero one was just an obstacle. So please run from it." Hold on, everyone. Gotta go do something real quick. Alright, I'm back, everyone. So yeah, so that's what happens. He is saying to himself, "I will make sure I make sure he doesn't get into UA if I see him." And then basically, the whole entire thing where Deku's with him instead, and Buckles and B, I'm in C. As I meet Kirishima, Mina, Kaminari. Yeah, instead of gonna meet those people, so yeah, I meet them. And they say, "Wow, that was really they come over to me and try to talk to me, and I'm just ignoring them a little bit. But then they say, well, that was kind of mean of you for saying that to Ida, right?" And I say, "Yeah, the annoying Four Eyes." You think that's mean? I mean, if he started to insult me, I would have just grabbed his face and threw him right into a wall. As they just look at me like, "What?" He was, "Yeah, I don't really like people that annoy me. So, live and learn, right?" As they just go, "What's your quirk?" And I say it's wrath. And as I start explaining it, I was like, "Oh, you can't help it then." He was like, "Yeah, it's just a natural thing. Sorry." Oh yeah, I also forgot Jiro's there. So, yeah, so Jiro, says that's kind of, you know, bad for you.
And your health actually helps out. I'm really not stressed out. I'm just angry. But anger is stress. They're like, yeah, true. But anyways, I think we're about to go, so I'm gonna go up all the way in the front. See you guys. As I'm walking away, I'm saying to myself, oh, great. The best characters from the anime, a, a few of the best characters in the anime I met. Great. They're a little bit different than what I suspected, along with Deku. Well, along with Izuku, but hey, that means something. This isn't 100% like the anime. So that's great. Something interesting is going to happen always. So basically, President Mike says, all right, everyone, as soon as you see those doors open, you just run. There's no, countdown when a villain attack happens, and then next thing all day, I just get annoyed, so I just basically kick the door open as it just goes flying off of the hinges. That was only 3%. Have I really gotten that strong? Jeez. As everyone's in shock, even including President Michael was like, well, if all that students leave besides kicking the door open instead of flying, but yeah, just follow his lead. As because they see me running, as everyone's in shock, including Mina, Jiro, Kaminari, and Kirishima. So, I see a couple of 2 pointers and 3 pointers as I just start. I just was basically just running at 10%. As then I just smash right through them, punching them, and then I was able to create some wrath, weapons made out of wrath. As then I just start slicing right through. Say I create a siphon, I just start slicing right through some more 3 pointers, and this goes on for about 30 minutes. And then I have like 110 points, but I just keep on going. I'm just having fun. I'm using my rage because of course it's always active, but I am feeling the pain on my fists because I did stop using the weapon after the 20-minute mark. So I go back to using a weapon, say like gauntlets on my fists. So I just start punching them, and my hands are not cracking. So yeah. So right when the 0 pointer comes in, uh, I am in the area where everyone's running. Jiro is the one who gets stuck, and well, everyone's running away. Mina, Kaminari, and Kirishima. Hear Jiro as Kirishima is saying, "Not again! I can't be afraid this time. I have to go." Basically, as his body's trembling, but he's starting to move, and he just starts running. But when he started running, I run past him as he sees me. I'm not even afraid. I'm just I'm just smiling, actually. This, even though I'm not angry, my quirk is still active. I don't, my, based on what I found out, basically, I don't always have to be, always have to angry. I am always angry. I just have other emotions, but that's my strongest one. Basically, that's what I'm saying when I say I'm always angry. But then my percentage of anger I can use without hurting myself is 30. So that's how much power I have, and I use it as a percentage basically. But if my anger increases, my body that's what my body can handle is 30. But if I go past it when I'm angry, I don't. What the downside is, I will not rationalize anything and won't have much control. So if I go to basically what I'm trying to say is, if I go to my anger just bursts extreme, like I need to be like really really angry to go into a berserk like state. So basically, I'm always angry. I have 30% I can use of it, but if I go past it, my bones will start to break or crack and stuff. So yeah. So Mina, Kaminari, and even Kirishima run after me. Because I already ran. I just saw the 0 pointer. I don't care about, I know it's Jiro as I just smile, just run. And that's it. And I'm just running. I'm at 5%, and I just, get there. I grab basically my whole entire body since I'm using 5%. My skin is like way more durable. I grab the pillow as my hands like go into it. Do you ever see it as I just like throw it to the side and Mina and Kaminari and Kirishima come over to as they start getting the rubble. As I tell them just like grab her and get going. I got the 0 pointer. I was like, what? Are you crazy? As I just say a little bit. I just have a smile as they just think, what's wrong with him? So yeah, so the 0 pointer is about to step on us. As I just put up my hands, I just catch it. As I'm just holding it, which is is shocking to everyone, including them. I say, "Hey, can you please hurry up? I don't know how long I can hold this thing." I was like, "All right, all right." As I'm just starting to get angry, my rage is starting to increase. As I'm starting to use 30%, and I'm just holding it with a good 25 as I go to 30. But since the aura around me is like it's starting to like get more bigger and thicker, I'm actually using 45. As then I just throw the 0 points foot off of me, as then I calm down like real quick. And you only use 30% as I just jump onto the robot, I just fall and run, or just start running on its body. And then when I get to the head, well, before I get to the head, I jump the chest, I just jump right off of it, which it does crack the metal. I'm not saying I'm stronger than All Might. All Might, will be stronger than me still, because I won't have full control. Because I'm making a secret. I'm putting a little secret. Just want to add that in. It's a secret thing that's happening. But yeah, so you'll see what happens. And it'll be like, what? I'll be like, what the freak? So yeah. So basically, as I jump off of it, my fist is glowing. I just say this. It goes like, take this, Wrath Bullet! And I just punch the air as a bullet of pure energy just shoots down right into the robot's head and just blows it up from within. As then I just land right on the neck of the robot where the head was. And I just said, robots, too easy. And I just start walking up the robot, basically walking on his chest, down it, and then drop down all the way to the ground as I just walk over to everyone. The buzzer rang. President Mike is in shock. Everyone's in shock, and then he just says, "Well, that's it, everyone. Just if you didn't pass, just try it for another school, and good luck to all of you." And that was epic. That was epic. So yeah, so everyone's in shock. Mina, Kirishima, Jiro asked me how the heck did I do that, and I just told them my wrath is strong. And like basically, my quirk is very strong, and that's why my body can break from it. But since I was only using 30%, 25 to hold it, trying to put 30% wasn't working. I got angry, so I went up to 45 of my wrath, my anger basically, my wrath basically, and I just throw it, and that's why I'm able to win. And like, all right, so I just leave. Um, 5 days pass, and I get my letter. They say I was very impressive. My quirk is very impressive, and I was in the first to be in the written portion. I did get into class 1A, and I was also the top contender in my area. Also in the other ones, I did get 160 points along with hero points. They gave me 40. They gave Kirishima, basically they'll give Kirishima, Mina, and yeah, those three. They would give them also 30. So yeah. So basically 160 plus 30, 190, which is pretty impressive, which I did technically beat All Might's record. Let's just say it was like 160, so I beat his record. So yeah. So I go, sweet. And then All Might also comes in with, because it was Nezu first, then it's All Might, as then they both say, "Welcome, Soul Reaper, to Your Hero Academia has my parents are happy. They were just watching. They were happy. I'm happy. And so we go out and celebrate that night. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it off here. I do want to apologize again for the beginning. Um, this video is gonna be uploaded probably tomorrow. I mean, the next 2 o'clock. But I don't know really. But anyways, I just want to apologize for how I was in the beginning of this video. I'm sorry. All right. Um, it's just I just needed to do something before I lost it, and this may not make sense because of how I was. My mind is just racing, so this is not gonna make sense at all. Please understand that. But hey, the series is gonna get better later on as I think more about it. But this is like the first, like I'm doing this video and then I'm doing the Persona one. So basically, it's gonna be this video and then the Persona and then yeah. All right. Bye everyone. I hope you guys stay safe and be good and all that, and stay calm and don't be angry like I am. Even though I calm down, I'm still angry right now. So yeah. Bye everyone.